I thought I could handle the white walls. I even asked you guys in a poll on Instagram if you would prefer white walls or dark walls, because I was trying to tell myself I didn't need to paint them. And then I was looking at footage on my computer and I was like, I cannot edit one more video looking at those blank white walls behind me. 2020 has been a year for all of us, mentally, physically, emotionally. So today I thought I would share some habits of mine that improve my mental health. They make me happier. These are seemingly pretty small things, but they've had an enormous impact on my life. And this is gonna be a chatty one. I'm really gonna go into why these habits are so meaningful to me and unpacking some pretty deep-rooted issues I've had. The first habit that has changed my life and the way I feel about myself is diversifying who I follow on social media. I think we all know that social media is really good at making you feel like you're inadequate. For me specifically, diversifying the body types I follow on social media has been huge for my mental health and self-esteem. Like many people, especially women, from my preteen years onward, I always felt like my body wasn't up to the standard. I was never as thin as the girls in my favorite TV shows or the Cosmo Girl or 17 magazine I was subscribed to. I only ever saw one type of body. And then when the rise of social media came and we got to start choosing who we want to follow and curating exactly the type of content we want to see in our feeds, I continued to pretty much exclusively follow thin or fitness type women online. And it wasn't because I was consciously trying not to follow other body types. It was more of an aspirational thing. Like I still wanted to look like these women. And I want to be clear that I think all body types and shapes are beautiful. This is not like anti-thinness at all. The problem was that my entire feed was a reflection of one of my biggest insecurities. So about a year and a half or so ago, I started consciously following all different body types, not just on like Instagram, but also in what I search for in YouTube videos. It has done wonders for my body image. And now when I look at my feed, the general message that my brain is getting is every body is different. There is no one standard for bodies, and I don't have expectations for mine to be anything other than what it is. I guess my main point here is whatever social media is making you feel insecure about, diversify that area of what you're following and it will do wonders for you. The second habit that makes me happier is walking outside for 1 hour every day. This is a habit I just started last spring during quarantine, and there is something so transformative and healing about exercise and fresh air. Every day, almost every day, I would say like 26 out of 30 days a month. Like sporadically here and there will be a day that I miss my walk. But pretty much every single day, I have the habit where I put all my devices down and I head outside for a walk. It gets me up off the couch and gets me outside. My mind can work through things that I'm thinking about. My husband will often join me, so we will catch up about how our days are going, what's going on with work today. I personally love walking. I always have. So it's an easy habit for me to keep, and being outside reduces stress. I sleep better at night. And an hour sounds like a long time, but an hour is actually only 4% of the day. The third habit that makes me happier and has changed my life this is a deep one. This is gonna hit some people in the feels. It's that I try to treat myself the way that I would treat a best friend. One day when I was growing up, I told my mom that she was my best friend, and I so clearly remember the way she looked at me and the way she sounded when she said, "Oh, honey, I can't be your best friend. You have to be your best friend." And at the time, I didn't even quite recognize how deep that was and what it was going to end up meaning for me. Think of the things that you say to yourself. Some of them probably aren't very nice. Now think of somebody that you love, a family member, a sister, a best friend. Imagine if somebody walked up to them in front of you and started saying the things to them that you say to yourself. If somebody walked up to your sister or brother or mom or best friend and said, "Why would they give you the job? You're not smart enough. Why would they want to go out with you? You're ugly. You aren't good at anything. You should really lose some weight. You should really gain some weight. You probably aren't smart enough to get into that college. Everybody here is prettier than you. Everybody here is more qualified than you. Does the idea of that situation enrage you? If it's not okay for somebody to say to your best friend, why is it okay for you to say it to yourself? You have to be your own best friend because, spoiler alert, there's nobody else on this planet that you are going to end up spending more time with in this life than yourself. So now when I catch myself beating myself up about something, I try to stop and think, is it okay to talk to my friend this way? Because if it's not, which it usually isn't, then I need to stop talking to myself that way. The next habit that's transformed my life is getting rid of things I don't need. As many of you know, about 6 years ago now, I began the process of paring down my possessions, and I have felt an enormous increase in happiness, especially in my home, with getting rid of excess things. The items that you own affect you. A cluttered space is a cluttered mind. I've never done a closet clean out or a home clean out and felt heavier afterward. I always feel lighter and my life feels lighter, which makes me happier. And then the last habit that I have is practicing gratitude. I feel like that phrase is very buzzy right now. You hear a lot of people talking about practicing gratitude. It's basically being mindful and drawing attention to things that you're grateful for in your life. I know gratitude journaling is a popular thing where I think you have a notebook and every day you write 3 things you're grateful for in it. I don't do that. All of my gratitude practice is in my head and I don't do it every single day. It's more that when I catch myself feeling down about something, like I don't have the things or the success or whatever I want, I make myself stop and take a minute and think of a few things in my life that are really great and that I feel fortunate for. And these things could be basic necessities, my health, relationships, job-related things. Sometimes I even just feel grateful for good memories, I think back on good times and that I'm fortunate to have had those experiences. Another really common one that I think about is just feeling good physically. I think for a lot of people on a day-to-day basis, you don't really think about that you just feel good. When you get a bad cold and your sinuses are so blocked that you can't sleep and you're miserable and you're laying there and you're thinking, oh, I should have appreciated last week more because I just felt normal. Sometimes when I'm having a bad day and I'm feeling down, I'll just stop and be like, hey, you're not sick. You don't have a cold. Appreciate that because the next time you get a really bad cold, you're gonna be wishing you felt like this. So those are some very simple habits that I have that have truly changed my life. That sounds like such a powerful thing to say, but really these things have all made an incredible difference for me when it comes to my mental health and my mood and my day-to-day happiness. If you have any habits that contribute to your happiness, please let everyone know what they are down in a comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you know when new videos are posted. Before I go, I want to say thank you to Squarespace for sponsoring today's video. If you haven't heard of Squarespace by now, where have you been? It's an all-in-one platform to build any kind of site, whether that's an online shop for your side hustle or a portfolio to share images with clients. They've got award-winning templates, 24/7 customer service, and they offer a free trial. Head over to squarespace.com to sign up and design your site. You can get it looking the way you want it to, and then visit squarespace.com/AllisonAnderson to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks for watching. I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.